Once you've taken the axle retaining bolt off the right side of the bike, you need to go back to the left side, which is where we are now. This is the axle which we need to pull out, which would be going towards the left side of the bike. So we need to go out to the left. But before I do that, I want to talk to you a little bit about your brakes here. The brake disc here keeps the caliper pinchers, the pistons, from coming together. When you squeeze your brakes, the pistons will actually press together, the caliper will press together on this disc and stop the bike. When this disc is out, there's nothing to stop the pistons in the calipers. Very important, because if you squeeze the brakes with this off, you're going to have a big problem to get that caliper put back together again. So do not, under any circumstances, touch the brakes when this wheel comes off. I just want to say that now before I take this thing off. A little word of caution, because if you do, then you have a big job. Okay, there you go. Let's get this wheel off. So you'll notice that when I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but I have a big block of wood lay underneath the tire. That's because when I take this axle out, the tire is going to drop. So I need to have something under the tire to support it. I use a screwdriver to put through these little holes in the axle. As you can see, now I can control the axle with the little screwdriver. So now I can just pull it out carefully, and the wheel will come free. Here we go. There we go. And this is your axle. Okay, axle out. So now my wheel is live. It's free. So gently, I can release the piece of wood underneath, and I can gently let the tire come down. Now that we've got the axle out and the wheel free, we need to try to maneuver it off the bike. So you'll notice that the brake calipers here will not let the wheel come off because they're all in the way. So what we need to do is we need to release a little retainer up here on the fork leg that will let the brake lines come free. And be gentle with this because you don't want to mess up your brake lines. We need to release this and let that come free. So this is a 10mm bolt. So you need to release that 10mm bolt and get that off. Now, as you can see, we have the wheel off, and I'm supporting the bike from the jack stands, and I'm also supporting it from the ceiling of my garage with straps. But I'm still not satisfied. I need to be very, very careful. So I'm going to put my axle back inside here. Just run it through very carefully. Run it back through the fork legs. Just get it in there so it's snugged in. There you go, like that. There you go. Now I'm going to take. I have a jack stand here, and I'm going to just jack up this jack stand, and I don't want to damage the axle, so I'm not going to put much weight on this, but I'm going to let the jack stand be yet another, a third point of support under this bike. So it's not going to support much weight, again, because I don't want to damage that axle. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a load of paper towel underneath this when I get it up in place, so that I'm just taking care that I don't scratch the axle. I don't do anything silly like that. So here we go. I'm going to put some paper towel under there. I'm just going to get it up so it's just taking a little bit of the weight, just so it's snug. There you go. So it's not taking much of the weight. But it's there. There you go. So it's just another support point. So we got the wheel off. Nothing to it. If you have the wheel off like this, more shops will put your new tire on for you while you wait. If you bring your bike in, they may not. You might have to leave it there a week or more, or months. So get your wheel off and bring the wheel in. You don't have to take your tire off the rim. Just bring the wheel and the rim in together. If there are any spacers that are in the hub here in the wheel, you might want to just pop those out. Mark which side they came off of, and carefully, because you don't want to mix them up. Mark which side they came off of and put them aside. Don't bring them to the shop because they may fall out and you get lost. So be careful with your little spacers that are stuck in the side of the hub. When you go to put the wheel back on, reverse the process. Go through the same thing I just did, but reverse the process. If you can get the service manual or online, you can find the torque settings for the axle bolt and the torque settings for the pincher bolt. If you have a torque wrench, which is a good thing to have, you can torque those in the way you need to. Also, and some people are going to disagree with me with this, I'm sure I'm going to get lots of emails on this anyway, because as soon as I start doing anything that has to do with safety, I get bombarded with emails. And hey, that's great, I don't mind. I put thread locker on all the bolts that I put back. I put it on the axle bolt and I put it on the pincher bolts. Thread locker or Loctite, something that's going to keep the liquid that goes on it that keeps the bolt from backing off when it dries. I put it on all the things that have to do with this stuff because this is safety and nobody wants their wheels falling off. Nobody enjoys that. Okay, so that's that. So good luck, guys. If you have fun at this, if you got any questions, comments, put it down in the comment section below. Be sure to subscribe, and if this video helped you, hey, give me a like. Okay, guys, take it easy. I'll be seeing you next time.